All right, things coaches teach catchers that make no sense. A traditional secondary stance actually makes 0 sense. Here's why. So if you're catching off 2 feet, you really have 2 options. First is to get your feet under you, like narrow, and sink all the way in. Now this works. You can catch pretty well from this stance. Obviously, it's pretty challenging to block, so you're going to want something more athletic, unless you're Kyle Higashioka. So something taller, wider makes sense, but a traditional secondary stance does not make sense. And here's the reason why. This pitch at the bottom is exceptionally hard to do anything with. I don't have any leverage, so I'm going to lose a lot of strikes. So what you're going to see with any catcher who's on 2 feet and their feet are outside of their shoulders, what you're going to see is one knee goes to the ground. It looks something like this. All right, but from a traditional secondary stance, it's very challenging to do that because my feet are square, so one of my hips has to turn in to get to the ground. That's why you see a lot of guys, and it's just, well, whichever knee goes to the ground, the catcher or you're going to struggle if your feet are square. So if my feet are square and this knee goes to the ground, it's going to look something like this because my hip has to turn in. So you can either have your feet under you or you can go wide and cheat one knee by dropping your foot back. All right, now this hip internally rotates and this knee can get to the ground super easy. I call it a knee cheat. Most guys use a left knee cheat. Right knee cheat is less common and it looks a little different. But here's what a left knee cheat looks like. All right, I can get to the ground really easy, and if it was in the dirt, the block would be cake. And if the runner goes, I don't want to be in my knee cheat stance. So if I'm working in rhythm with the pitcher, it's super easy to jump to like a showcase or a cheater stance. So I go here if the guy takes off, and then if he doesn't take off, I go to the knee cheat. And it's really easy to catch and block. So a traditional secondary stance is literally obsolete, and any coach that teaches it really is asking guys to struggle.